Hello, welcome to the next session. Now, in this session, we are going to learn something about the DM tools applications for cyber security, and one of the cases we are going to talk is intrusion detection system. So, how data mining tools are being applied for the cyber security. So, as we have seen in the last time also, cyber security is very important, and data science play a very critical role for security purposes. So, cyber security is connected with protecting computer and network system from corruption due to malicious software, including Trojan horses and viruses. So, last time I explained you about the malicious software, and maybe in the next slide, next talk, I am going to talk about what we call Trojan horses and different kind of viruses. Data mining for cybersecurity applications, for example, an anomaly detection technique could be used to detect unusual patterns and behavior. Data mining is the process of identifying patterns in the large data set, and the techniques are heavily used in scientific research as well as in business, mostly to gather statistics and valuable information to enhance the customer relationship and marketing strategy. However, data mining can also prove a useful tool for cyber security solutions for discovering very important vulnerability and gathering the indicators of a baseline. So, let us see how it works. So, cyber security is the set of rules and technology meant to protect our system, network and data from a unauthorized access, attack and unwanted interrupts. They are aimed to maintain the confidentiality, integrity and the availability, CIA, which we know very well from the beginning of the cyber security talk. So, they are aimed to maintain the confidentiality, integrity and availability of the information and information management system throughout the various defense mechanism. So, in order to secure cyber infrastructure against potentially malicious threats, what we do is a growing collaborative effort between cyber security professionals and the researchers from various institutions, private industries and academia and government agencies have been engaged to exploit and design a variety of new what we call a cyber defense system. Very important and very critical for all of us to learn. So, if you see the diagram, I have a cyber security system as a thread, okay, and then I have a network, firewall, spam filter, antivirus, and a very important thing which I am going to talk is intrusion network detection system or intrusion detection system. Okay, so you can have a firewall. I hope every one of us know firewall, which is a software trying to provide a unwanted traffic flow to cross across. Okay, so this is what we call. So, what is a intrusion detection system? Now, a a person is trying to enter into the website, a person is trying to enter your system or a network and trying to gather some information from your system. So, that is a kind of a intrusion. How do you detect the intrusion? So, a ideal system maintain network traffic, looks for a unusual activity and sends alert when it occurs. The main duties of an IDS are anomaly detection and reporting, wherever, however, certain IDS can take action when malicious activity or unusual traffic is being discovered. A unusual traffic will be discovered. Suppose if I want to do a fraudulent activity, I will try to do the activity to be finished as soon as possible. That means my rate of transfer the information and rate of collection of the information will be very fast. That is called as an unusual activity or unusual traffic. So, a intrusion detection system can give us a indicator for that. So, a system called as IDS observe network traffic for malicious transactions and send immediate alert when it is observed. It is a software that checks a network or a system for malicious activities or a policy violation. So, sometimes even the employees violate the policies of the working place. So, even policy violations it can tell. Each illegal activity or violations is often recorded either centrally using a system called as SIEM or notified to a administrator. IDS monitors a network system for malicious activity and protect a computer network from unauthorized access from including the perhaps from the insider also. An intrusion detector learning task is to build a predictive model. So ultimately we have to use a predictive model of our machine learning like a classifier capable of distinguishing between the bad connections, that is your intrusion or a attack, and a good or a normal connection. So this system will be more or less like a predictive model, a model based upon the classification problem. So an IDS monitors the traffic of a computer network to detect any suspicious activity, analyzes the data flow through the network to look for a pattern and a sign of a abnormal behavior. Then IDS compares the network activity to a set of predefined rules and patterns and any activity that may be visible as a attack or a intrusion. So unwanted activity. If IDS detects something that matches one of these rules pattern, then it sends an alert to the system administrator. And the system administrator then in turn investigate the alert and take the appropriate action in order to combat it. So this is how a IDS system work. Now you can see in the diagram, okay, you have a internet, then you have a firewall which is trying to sit between the internet and the system, and then you have a intrusion detection system somewhere here connected with the local area network, and then you have a lot of computers connected too. So a IDS is a software or a sitting place between a firewall and your system and attached to the local area network or any kind of area network. So how do you classify, are some classifications of the IDS I am going to talk. So first is network intrusion detection system, NIDS are set up a planned point where a network to examine traffic from all the devices in the network. It performs an observation of passing traffic to the entire subnet and matches the traffic that is passed to the subnet or to the collection of the collection to a known attack. Once the attack is being identified or abnormal behavior is being observed, it sends an alert to the administrator. An example of NDS installing is the subnet where firewalls are located in order to find out something trying to break the firewall. So some unauthorized activity, somebody is trying to access it. So if you are behind the firewall, it will be safeguarding your system too. Second is host intrusion detection intrusion detection system. HIDS runs an independent host or device on the network. It monitors the incoming and outgoing packet from the device and only will alert the administrator if suspicious or a malicious activity is being observed. It takes a snapshot of the existing system file and compare with the previous snapshot. If the analytical system files were edited or deleted, an alert is sent to the administrator to investigate. So an example of HIDS users can be seen on a mission critical applications which are not expected to change during the layout or during their journey. So this is another application of HIDS. Then we have next one is a protocol based intrusion detection system. PIDS comprises a system or agent that will consistently reside in the front end of the server, controlling and interpreting the protocol between a user and a device and a server. So we can have HTTP protocol, and HTTP protocol will be a place where this is can be compromise. So we use a HTTPS as an unencrypted and install it before entering the web presentation layer. Then its system would need to reside in this interface between the user and the HTTPS. We have next one is application protocol based intrusion detection system. APIDS is a system or an agent that generally reside within a group of the servers. So if you have a group of servers which are there put together, so you have another system very powerful called as APIDS. It identifies the intrusion by monitoring and interpreting the communication on application specific protocol. For example, This would monitor the SQL protocol explicitly to the middleware so that it transacts with the database in the web server. For example, all the banking transactions, they have different kind of servers, and all these servers are being connected together, or one server is talking to another server using the SQL. So this kind of IDS will be very useful. Then we have a hybrid intrusion detection system. Okay, is made from by the combination of two or more approaches, and in the hybrid, the host agent or system data is combined with the network information to develop a complete view of the network. Hybrid intrusion detection system is more effective in comparison to other. Okay, and example Prelude is an example of a hybrid system. So many people are using a hybrid too. Then we have some evasion technique. So in the our ideas also we have some evasion technique. For example, fragmentation, dividing the packet into smaller packet called fragment, and the process is known as a fragmentation, which we know from the computer networking. So this makes it impossible to identify an intrusion because there cannot be a malware signature. The second technique is packet encoding. Encoding packets using methods like base 64 or a hexadecimal can hide the malicious content from a signature based IDS. Traffic obfuscation, by making the message more complicated to interpret, obfuscation can be utilized to hide an attack and avoid the detection. Last and very important, encryption. Several security features such as data integrity, confidentiality and data privacy are provided by the encryption. So unfortunately, security features are used by the malware to develop the hide attack and avoid the detection. Now let us see some of the benefits. So IDS detect malicious activity, which we know. Improve network performance, definitely it will improve the performance, you can see that, and it will be a compliant. So compliance requirement, IDS can help to in meeting compliance requirement by monitoring the network activity and generating the report. Provide insight. So IDS generate valuable insight from the network traffic, which can be used to identify any weakness which is available in the network or any weakness which is provided by the network. So detection method, we have first method is signature based method. Signature based IDS detect an attack on a basis of a specific pattern, such as the number of bytes or a number of ones in the system or number of zeros in the network traffic control. It also detects on the basis of already known malicious instruction sequence that is used by the malware. Okay, so the signature is available, so it will check and verify against the previously known signature. The detected pattern in the IDS are known as signature, and signature based IDS can easily detect attack whose pattern or signature already exists in the system. So this will help us to identify the attackers. Okay, anomaly based method are introduced to detect unknown malware attack as well as new malware is being developed rapidly. So in anomaly based IDS, there is a use of machine learning algorithm to create a useful activity model. Anything coming is compared with that model and then declared as suspicious if it is not found in the model. The machine learning based method has a better generalized property in comparison to the signature based, what we call as the IDS. Then we compare IDS and firewall, both are related to the network security in the data science, and IDS differ from a firewall as a firewall looks outwardly for intrusion in order to stop them from happening. Firewall restrict access between network and to prevent intrusion, and an attack is from the inside of the network and it does not signal. An IDS describes a suspected intrusion once it has happened and then signals an alarm. Okay, so we can place the IDS. So most optimal and common position for a IDS is to place is behind the firewall, as I shown in the diagram too. So although this provision varies considerably with the network, the behind the firewall placement allows the IDS with high visibility of incoming network traffic and will not receive traffic between users in the network. So the edge of the network point provide the network. So we have OSI 7-layer model and we know where to place it. Okay, so the advantage of IDS incorporate a firewall can be used to intercept complex attack entering into the network system. Features of advanced IDS include multiple security contexts in the routing level and bridging the mode. So all this in turn potentially, in fact, they are reducing the cost and operational complexity of the system. Another choice for IDS placement is within the network, and this choice reveals attack or suspicious activity in the network. So not acknowledging security inside a network is detrimental, as it may allow users to bring about security risk, allow attackers who can broke the system and roam around freely. So with this security issues and measures, I hope we are in a position to understand how data science can use the security, or how the cyber security can use as the principle of a data science. Thank you so much.